Just tell us your name. We're going to make a test to make sure everything's working right.
My name's Edward Lafleur.
Where do you live?
Elton.
Elton, Louisiana.
Elton, Louisiana.
Why don't you just tell us again about when you started doing this, Edward, and what got you interested in it?
We've been doing this since I've been a young, small boy. Once in a while often we usually get a bunch of us and go in the bayou and cook. So what we do, we got to get in and catch our fish. We don't bring no lines, we don't bring nothing. The one that want to eat, he's got to catch his fish. So we get down in that bayou and barefooted and their swimming trunks and catch our turtle, fish. We have been catching a lot of turtles, great big turtles, but they're getting scarce now. Too many people, I guess, caught them. Got a lot of big Opelousas cat. That's getting scarce here because we got small bayous. And several of us been bit quite a few times with turtles. They'll bite you if you don't know how to catch them. You feel it back with your feet, and you can tell where the head or the tail is by feeling it. Then you go down and pull it out the best way you can.
Why do you think they're becoming scarce? You said they're...
Well, I don't know. We used to have plenty of them here, but it's getting where they're very scarce. I don't know what become of them, you know. Which we got small bayous, and when the water come up from Bayou Nipiquet, that come from Mamantar River, and they might have left. I don't know. But it used to be plentiful of them. Yeah, they still have a few, but not all that many.
Did more people used to eat them a while ago than do now?
Well, used to people wouldn't eat them at all. They catch them on a line, they cut their neck off and threw them. And when they found out what they was throwing away, they start saving them. They gold for them now, you know. And some people fish for them with lines and stuff, but they're hard to catch like that.
Well, when you started catching them, what were they selling for a pound? You ever sell any of them?
No. We usually eat the ones we catch. But they used to, they'd give you all you wanted, you know, because they wouldn't eat them. But now they're like gold. I don't know what they sell for a pound, but they sell for quite a bit now, very much. Everybody's looking for turtles now. Not only the poor, rich too.
You think more people have been catching them lately? That's why there's not so many, or what?
It could be they fish quite a bit with nets and stuff, and they catch something like that, you know. And I don't know how long a turtle's life is, but I imagine it take quite a few years for a turtle to get that big. I've caught them in that little bayou here with over 100 pounds. But like I said, sometime you go in there, and if you're lucky, you'll find something right away. And yet, some days you got to fish 2 or 3 days before you even start finding them.
You think this high water you've been having last winter and this spring has changed it up at all?
I think that's got something to do with it. I really believe. Because we had a lot of people that had to move out here, and it take a lot of that stuff away. Because this bayou here is an old bayou, the one we fish in, Bayou Blue, and a rice field water coming there and everything, and it's filling up. It's not as deep as it used to, you know. It got more mud in it. So I think that's got something to do with it.
You think the drainage is filling it up with silt as water comes through? It's filling it up?
Yes. It's been many years since I've been a kid. This bayou has been like that, and it's never been drudge or anything. And you know, it will fill up because people are losing a lot of soil, and all that goes in that bayou. And a turtle don't usually. He's got to find some other place to go. But we still like to fish.
You said that most of the old guys you used to go out with aren't around anymore? Or?
No, well, most of them is all gone. The one the hand fish. We're about 3 or 4 of us left over here. But when we take our pots and stuff and go in the bayou, we don't come back in empty-handed. We get our fish and turtles. We don't bring lines, and we know before we go we're going to catch something to eat. Sometime you might come up with something besides a turtle. It could be a nutria or big moccasin snakes and stuff, and you got to know how to get them out of your way. I had to throw some out of the bayou to get the turtles. They're the same hole, but the water moccasin is not, they're really not poisoned in the water. No, they'll make you sore a little bit, but your poison snake is out on the bank in the mud and that kind of stuff. I never heard of one of our boys get bit by a snake. Because we got all bit by turtles. Because the turtle usually, what he catch, he brings it with him. He ain't gonna open up.
You how far down do you dive for these turtles? How would you go about it? If you were going down, if you and your buddies go on out to catch these turtles, what do you do? How does that? What happens?
Well, what we do, they got some undergrounds, under trees, and those turtles like to stay under something. Now they'll either be in an old cypress hollow stump, and what we do, we go around that stump with our hands and feet and feel where the holes is. Okay, then we go on the bank and get some moss, big roll of moss, and we stop up all them holes all around that stump. Okay, then one of us gonna get up top of the stump and dive down in the stump and the roots and stuff and catch our stuff. And that's where you usually find it. See, we stop all them holes up in the stumps. Now, sometimes you'll find a big cypress log that's hollow. Okay, we're gonna get one on each end and stick a whole body in them logs and take a long pole and punch in there and make that fish or turtle come between your legs. That way you can grab him, and come out with it.
And you're underwater when you're doing it?
Sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes it's pretty deep, But usually this bayou here ain't all that deep. You might have, you got some place maybe 10, 12 feet of water deep, and other places come up to your shoulder. And it all depends on the holes you find.
What's the deepest you've ever dove for one of these?
I'd say about maybe 10 feet, 8, 10 feet, something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little deeper or a little less.
See it to get to the phone? Or?
I've seen myself have to go under. I knew where they had a big turtle, great big turtle. And I went 2 or 3 times, I couldn't pull him out by myself. So I got a bunch of these little football players here, and we went behind Powell's Lake, we call, and I got a little cotton rope. And I strung that rope, and I let them boys on the bank, and I went under there and I felt that turtle. She was way under the bank, an alligator hole. I just could sneak in under there. So I went and I made me a loop. Then I dove, and I went in there and I roped one of her foot. And I told them boys, I said, when I pull on that rope, I was under the water, I said, pull. So sure enough, when I pull on that rope, they start pulling, and I had to shake that turtle because them rolls stick up and it won't come. And I had to stay on there and shake that turtle, and she come out of there like a mad bull, man.
She try to attack you at all, or?
She'll bite you, man. Got her mouth wide open. Sure, she'll bite you. Yeah, I've been bit twice with them things, man. One of them bit my toe. Cut all the end of it off, and I got bit another place where I don't like to mention to people, and like to kill me.
You had a story about that. Can you tell us that story again about how it happened?
Well, it was on a Good Friday. My dad and a whole bunch of them. So me and my brother-in-law we had a tremor net, and they were seining. And just before I got to the tremor net, I felt a big Opelousas cat, and I made him stop. So me and my brother-in-law went in between the two, tried to catch that, and he went down and come up with a turn and holler for help. And I thought he had that fish. And I walked right into that thing's mouth, and he caught me. Then I kicked my brother-in-law out of the way. I went down the bottom in the mud and drugged myself until I got on the bank, and when I laid down in the mud, it turned loose. I don't know why it did, but it did. Good thing it did. Man, I was shoot. Yeah, I think we all been bit. Me and a friend of mine went and buy a serpent one day, and I was supposed to dive the turtle. He'd find it, feed him with his feet, tell me where the head was, then I'd dive, because I'd have been underwater. So that was the deal. We got there. He went down on the bank there, and after all he come up, he said, I said, where's the head? He says, where is the head is, I can't tell because it's too big. It's the top of it is smaller, when it roll out. So I made him do that 2 or 3 times, and after a while he went and put his foot down on the bottom, and with the mud, you know, and went down. He put his foot right in that turtle's mouth. Took almost half of his foot off.
Yeah.
They'll do that.
I bet.
Yeah. But we done that all our life. My brother that come with us, that's my brother. He know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But it scares us now. We can't hardly find them no more.
Do you think if the turtle is disappearing like that, they should put some kind of law on it to keep people from trapping them, or do you think, or in hand catching them, or do you think they should let you go ahead and do that if it's something you've done for years and something, you know, you can feed your family and everything else? You think you should be able to continue to trap them, or?
It takes so long for a turtle to grow, a big turtle to grow, that if we don't catch them like that, people set lines and nets and all kind of stuff. They still catch them. You can't keep them from, you know, they will go in the net, or if your hooks are big enough, they'll stay hooked on that. I've caught them. My daddy fishes a lot. He caught them, hook them on the leg, the body, or something. You know, they pass the leg there to take that hook out of their mouth, and they hook them somewhere else. And, I don't think there's a way that you can get them back here. They're very good. Now we catch a lot of catfish. We just get in there with our hand and just pick them up, throw them on the bank, right? They, you know, all of them old tree tops and all that. We catch a lot.
Could those catfish hurt you?
Yeah, them younger cats will. They'll stick you. But the big Opelousas cat ain't got no stickers on them. They got no fins, you know. They can't. Now the blue cats will stick you.
Yeah.
But you got to know what you're doing. If you don't, you get hurt.
Have you ever known someone to get hurt by an alligator snapper, by one of those loggerheads that wasn't looking for trouble, wasn't looking to catch him, or
no?
Anyone ever stepped on one and you know?
No, not hardly, because a turtle, he's gonna lay there. I've seen myself and some of the boys come out with him by the head. If you close a turtle's mouth, you can hold him with one finger. But if you open and close it, then look out. But you can feel him, his back, and feel him all over. Feel his head, long as you don't pull on him. Now, once you pull on him, if he don't come out, don't go back there. You're gonna get bit, because he's waiting for you.
You think you're gonna go out and do it again someday?
Oh yes. Soon as they get through letting the water out of those rice fields, and that buyer go down low, we're gonna go back after.
I'll move this camera for a second. Why don't you tell me how you like to cook turtle, Edward, or who cooks it for you? How do you do it?
We usually make a sauce piquant. Take a turtle and you season it real good, and we use them big black pots. We make our fire outside, and we got grills we put on top of our fire after the blaze come, you know, and put some grease, season your turtle real good, and then you cook your onions and all your other stuff off the side. Make your gravy off side, you know. All right, let that turtle go. It's got a lot of water in the turtle, and it's gonna boil and boil and boil till it boils down to where it's gonna start frying. It'll get tender. Look like bigger your turtle is and tender it is. And when it's real tender, then you take your sauce and you mix all that together and just let it.
Let it simmer a while.
Oh yeah. Oh, that makes a good gravy.
Do you bother catching any other kind of turtles when you go? Do you catch snappers?
Not hardly. Not once in a while you'll catch a soft shell turtle, but that's hard. That thing run faster than man. That's hard to catch.
Yeah.
A soft shell turtle. But snappers, they usually catch them around them rice fields and them little canals and stuff. You know, grass. That's where they stay. Them snappers.
The common snappers.
The common snappers, yeah. And them buys them more it's loggerhead. Over here we call them 3 rows. You got 3 rows on the back, you know.
Called it the loggerhead 3 rows?
Yeah, we call them 3 rows. A lot of people call them loggerhead. But, we usually call them 3 rows here.
Have you ever seen an alligator attack one?
Plenty of. No, I never seen an alligator attack anything, but we got plenty of alligators. I rode quite a few of them in that bayou. One day, I was chief of police here, and I had this colored boy working for me, big man. So we all went in the bayou and fishing. So I had a net set across the bayou. After a while, I seen the stoppers go down. So I went there and felt, and I seen it was a great big alligator. So I went around and got on top and hold both of his front leg, you know. And this colored boy said, "What you got, Chief?" I said, I got a buffalo. He said, I want that buffalo. I said, come get him. And when he got there, I picked that alligator up, opened his mouth. He like to brought all the water out the bayou.
He was gone, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen an alligator snapper open his mouth and use his worm to catch fish? Have you ever seen him do that?
No. But that's how turtle do.
That's what I meant. Well, a snapper.
Yeah, loggerhead.
Yeah.
They I've caught them in the bayou. When I went down to put them out, they had a fish in their mouth. Buffaloes, catch them old red buffaloes, you know, they eat that. But that's what they do. They keep their mouth open, and they got this little old tongue there, you know, and that's how they feed. And every time a fish come there, when they just close on them. Oh yeah, I've caught them with a mouth full of fish.
But then you don't have to worry about them biting you if they got their mouth full, huh?
No, one time they had two old men horseback come that was catching some turtle. And I don't know, I had 3 or 4 of them on the bank, and they was begging me to get out of there. They were scared I'd get bit. And I told them, I said, got one of them eating right there, got a big buffalo in his mouth. I could feed it. And they act like they didn't agree. I went down and I come back with that fish. I jerk him out of his mouth and I showed him the fish. He was bit right in two. Yeah. But they'll bite you. They're dangerous. I think that's a dangerous hobby.
How many people do you know that catch turtle, or how many people do you know that have done it?
Well, the people that's left here, there'd be Kenneth Lafleur and Isaac Briscoe. There ain't many left here that get down there and dive after them turtles.
Have your sons ever done it with you?
Oh, they come with me, but my brothers too. But they, I guess they'd catch them all right, but they never did. If they feel one or something, they'd holler after me, you know. Go get it. I had a man live here. He's the best turtle finder I had never seen. By the name of Furnace Gilroy, live in Jennings. That man could find a turtle faster than anybody I know, you know, with his feet. But he'll never dive and get it. He always holler at me to go get it.
Is he still around?
He's in Jennings. They had a colored man, came from Ville Platte, 2 or 3 of them. And went on by a serpent one day, and one of them was a friend of mine, and the others I didn't know him. So they started arguing who was going to catch the first turtle. So this go-by boy, he caught a turtle. And the other man said, I'm going to get one too. And man, he put his hand over a log. Don't you think a turtle caught his hand? We went to pull him out and said, no. I said, don't touch it, don't touch it. And the turtle had him by a finger. So after a while, we kept on feeding. He started boom, 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 boom. I said, what you doing? He said, they say a turtle hold till it thunders. I'm making it thunder now. How you remember that? Yeah, he said, I'm making it thunder now. You ought to hear that racket he had. Then after a while, he pulled, just the bone stayed. To us, that's funny, you know, because we do it all the time. I brought another fellow with me one day, Donald Origo. And you were right behind me, he was scared. So I put my foot on a big loggerhead turtle. And I never told him anything for a while. I went down and caught that turtle. When I started to get up, I stuck my head out of the water. I said, get out of the way, get out. He said, where you want me to go? He stayed, he didn't know where to go no more. He was so scared. You know, he didn't know where to go no more. And I should have told him because he could have got bit. But
yeah.
Oh, we have a lot of fun.
I guess if you mess with them long enough, you don't get scared of them, or you still as scared as you were with the first one you caught?
I never was scared of turtle. Never was, because I know what I'm doing. Now, I don't say I can't get bit again now. When you first put your feet there, if you put it in the wrong place, and if that turtle is moving a little bit, being that you're moving the water, but long as you don't bother that turtle, she won't bother you.
Now you got in there, you throw a strip of wine in there?
Yeah.
You got a strip of wine in there.
That's true.
You got to check the leg up to it and turn her over the back and come to the other guy.
We had a fifth of wine, and my brother-in-law got in that hole in that tree, you know, and he was half drunk with old wine, and he said, they got a big turtle in here. I said, it can't be, the hole's too big. Man, he said, it's a big one. So he just sat in there and drank that fifth of wine while he was waiting, getting ready to catch the turtle. When he got to catch the turtle, he couldn't come out through that hole. And we had all of us get in that turtle and twist and twist and twist and break that hole around till we finally got that turtle out.
Jeez.
And he was in the tree with the turtle.
And how much did that turtle weigh?
90 pounds. He was in it.
I never forget that.
He was in that tree with that turtle.
That's exactly what rope, a long way to drag it through.
You keep the shells? Do you have any shells inside?
No, I had one shell and my son Henry took it.
Henry took it?
Yeah. He's got it at his house, a great big one.
Yeah.
Very big. And we never did keep
I
them.
got some in units right now, and you can go down anytime. I got some that we don't want this time.
Yeah. What's the biggest turtle you've either seen in a market or that your friends have caught? What's the biggest turtle you've ever heard of?
Oh, I've heard of way over 100 pounds, but the biggest one I've seen is the one I caught here at 105 pounds, I believe.
Yeah. Do you think there's turtle hand catchers like you all over South Louisiana, up to Mamu and down to Lafayette and down in the Atchafalaya Basin?
Now, Mamu's got some. Mamu's got some people in there that here that catch turtle like that. But they're not plentiful. There ain't too many of them. They're not. I don't guess. All them Frenchmen are not crazy, I guess. There's a few of them. But we love it.
You did used to go out with your dad, though?
Dad set lines and stuff like that, but Daddy never was a hand fisherman. We just started that like this, and that's how it ended.
Your dad's still alive, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still lucky.
But would you eat turtle? Would he catch turtle and you'd eat it when you were young?
Oh, yes. Yes, but you know, we always did eat turtle, but majority of the people around here, didn't make faces at you talk about eating some turtle. But now, that's a big dish now for everybody.
Yeah. Well, what are the different names you call them? You said you called a loggerhead 3 rows.
We call them
Is there any Cajun names or French names for turtle?
and tortillero. That's a 3-row turtle. That's in French. And then Indian, they call that a chatapalo.
Chatabaloo?
That's in Indian.
We got so many kind of meat in there. Beef meat depends. We got, I don't know how many different kind of meat a lot of turtle.
They got different color. I know when you cut them up. Yeah.
Does it taste different? Does a different kind of meat taste different to you? Or?
No, not really. It's all cooked together, you know.
I've heard someone tell me once there was 7 different kinds of meat.
Yeah, I've heard that many times. When you cut them, you can tell it. There's white meat, there's red meat, you know, brownish. I've heard the story on that. I don't know. Like I said, I've caught many of them and cleaned many of them, and you can tell a different color of meat in there. I don't know if it's different kind of meat. I would know that. I've caught some huge turtle I had to throw away many times. You know, I've caught some of them that even eat neutral.
They eat nutrient.
Neutral rat. I've caught some with big old neutral inside of them. They stink. Throw them away, you know. They eat all kind of things, them turtles. All kind of stuff.
They'll grab a nutria though, huh?
Sure, they'll grab a neutral. Yes, sir, they'll grab a neutral.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a loggerhead nest? Have you ever seen baby loggerheads?
No, not really. Now, a lot of time when you're fishing, if you know how to fish, by hand I'm talking about, when you're walking in the bayou, I can almost tell you if there's a turtle around. Because they scratch that mud, it's loose. And when you start seeing where that mud is scratched and loose, there's a turtle around there somewhere. They usually dig a hole under a log or something and then sitting in there. You know, in that hole.
Down in that hole.
That's correct. You can tell where they scratch. Now a turtle, the big loggerhead, they'll get out on the bank to lay eggs.
You ever seen a loggerhead on the bank?
Oh yeah, many times. They find the steepest bank they got. All right, they climb up on that bank, they'll dig a little hole, and they lay their eggs there. All right, if they see a man or anything moving, they just roll over in the body, you know. You can't hardly catch them on the bank. Where the bank is steep and they just fall in.
You got armadillos and raccoons eating those eggs down here?
Yeah, a lot of time you can follow the bar, you're going to see a bunch of eggs being eaten along there. Something eat them. I guess it's armadillos and stuff, yeah. Possum,
Have you always had armadillo down here?
no.
How long have you known armadillos to be around here?
Oh, first armadillo I seen, I was in the CC camp. I must have been about 17, 18 years old. And I'm 63 now. It's about how long we've been having some armadillos. And there used to be plentiful, but now the armadillos is scarce. I don't know what happened to them. I wish they would all be gone. Because you can't hunt, your dogs will chase them armadillos, and they're pests. A lot of people around here eat them things. I never did eat that. But
How about the quality of the water here? Do you think that the water's as clean as it used to be when you were young? Do you think dirty water might be making the turtles not be as many, or do you think it's mostly just harvesting them?
I tell you what I think. The fish, turtle, and everything, it's all that stuff they put in them rice fields that mix up with that water, because I know sometimes if go along that bayou, when they let the water out in the rice field, you see some dead fish floating on the water. And some kind of poison of some kind, I don't know what it is. And I think that's got a lot to do, that's what makes them stuff move away from it.
Yeah. When do you think you're going to be able to go out again? I mean, you, not your buddies.
But as soon as the water get good.
You're going to go on out yourself?
Yes, sir.
You're going to die for them?
Yes, sir. As soon as they get to let the water out in the field, and that water go down in that bayou, sure, I'm waiting to go. I want to go. I just got operated on not long ago, and I think I can still get in them stump. Might not be as fast as I used to be, but I can still get them.
What's the most you've ever caught in 1 year?
Man, I've seen us make in one day, I don't know, like a serpent down there, a man drag 2 or 3 turtles, and I mean big turtle. We tie them up and drag them. You know, if we leave our car, we can't get there with our car. And maybe 4 or 5 men had loads of, you know, get a lot of turtle. But it's not like that no more. That bayou serpent's been drudged. It's no more good enough for turtle. And the only place we got here for turtle is Bayou Blue and Bayou Nipiquet, but Bayou Nipiquet it's too deep. They got some hole in there, maybe 15, 20 feet deep. And that's too deep. A man can't take that. You got to have water that's not too much over your head, so once in a while you got to come up, you got to get some air. You can't, if you get a hold to a turtle and you can't pull the thing out, you got to turn it loose and come back and get some air, you know.
Are they madder the second time you go down?
That's what, like I told you a while ago. Once you move that turtle is waiting for you. She's ready for you. And that's how most of the people get bit. When that turtle gets mad, partner, like a brimmer bull. Whew.
I bet it's exciting to go out there and do that, man. It must be neat.
And you talk about hard to pull. Let's say get under a tree and you catch that turtle by the tail. That's how you usually pull them out. And she stand up like that, and them rolls on her back go against those roots. And you can't hardly pull them out of that water. You got to shake and shake and shake. And that make that turtle mad. Now, she don't like that too much.
How many pounds of meat you get out of a big turtle? Like, let's say 100-pound turtle. How many pounds?
100-pound turtle will give you about, about 30 pounds of meat? I imagine about 30. Yeah. A live turtle, you know. But you lose that big, which the big head's got a lot of meat in it too if you know how to take it out. And shell and all that, you get about 30 pounds of meat.
I'm going to shut it off here a second. That house behind you with the sun coming off it is so bright.
Yeah.
That I need to get you sitting that way so you're against your own porch wall. Okay, what were you going to say now?
You take a turtle, you cut his neck off, and you throw the head. And I've seen that happen the next day. A little chicken go that peck or that turtle cut his neck off. It's still biting. It go 2 or 3 days before that, unless you cut his mouth open, before that turtle
Well, that's something.
All right, now you can take his, I've seen that many times, his heart. And when you clean it, cut his heart out and put it on something. And, I don't know how long that heart is still beating on a turtle. Still beating, just like that. That's a funny thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. It's hard for me to believe that.
Oh, yeah, that's the truth. Yes, sir, I'm telling you. I've seen them do that. The next day, go down there with a stick and pick on that head, and he'll open the mouth up to bite you again. And I noticed them markets in Eunice I went. First thing they do before they start cleaning them, they take a hatchet or something and they chop them out, the jaws wide open.
I've seen them do that in Man Shack too.
Well, they have to do that because them heads will bite you.
Yeah.
They're dangerous. Man, that's just like a knife. If you catch a hold to you, it's true.
A friend of mine told me, this old man over here was saying that he's seen alligators go in there where a bunch of turtles have been bedded down. And if those alligators, those loggerheads will kill that alligator. Have you ever heard of that?
No, but I imagine they would. Because when it snaps, it cuts what it catch. I know what I'm talking. Those loggerheads. Now, I tell you what, a big Appaloosa's cat, or some people call them spotted cat, usually them and the turtle stay in the same hole. I don't know why. I've caught loggerhead turtle many times with big old spotted cat in the same hole with them. They look like they
living together.
Yeah. But now, I've noticed some alligator holes go way under the bank, and that alligator's gone, and you find some turtle in there. I guess the turtle run the alligators away, I guess. I don't know.
I think so, because I think a loggerhead could hurt an alligator more than an alligator could hurt a loggerhead, huh?
Oh, man, those things are something else.
Yeah.
They're dangerous. Man, you get in a stump, a man in a stump, and you can be on the bank, and you get a hold to a big turtle, in the bottom of that stump, you can hear them roots crack. There's that man trying to get out of there with that turtle, man. He's shaking that, and that man's in there with that turtle.
It's amazing that there's turtles that big.
They get big. I'm telling you.
They were saying that the head of a large alligator, loggerhead turtle is as big as any turtle head of any sea turtle even. And those sea turtles get up to 1,800 pounds, some of them.
But a loggerhead, some of them got head big like that. And when you open that mouth, you can just think. And it's got that pointed beak on there, and that thing's just like a knife. And when he snapped down, partner, something got to come. I'm telling you. I know I followed the leader.
Yeah. You know the one that got with that white truck, right?
Oh, yeah, but that's a sea turtle.
That's a sea turtle. I've never seen one like that. They're throwing it on a truck. Big old flatbed truck.
Where'd you catch it?
Briscoe had that.
And Hollow Beach?
Hollow Beach, they had it tied down on a flatbed truck with some big chain.
Yeah.
And he kept it running around town here, went to school and everywhere for I don't know how long.
It was dead?
No.
It was alive?
Yeah.
That's a lovely turtle. Thanks, man.
Jeez. What would you think if those turtles disappeared and you couldn't go out and catch them anymore? How'd you feel about that?
Well, there ain't much that nobody can do about it, which I wish we'd still have a whole lot here. So we love them. We all love turtles here. And you go buy some turtle meat, it costs you, I don't know what turtle meat, how much you pay for yours the other day, huh? Your turtle meat.
Oh, that is good way up
About
there.
$3 or $4 a pound.
$3 a pound.
You bought it in Eunice?
Yeah.
What's the name of the place there?
Oh, that's going to be another one.
Oh, that's Vidrine Fish Market.
The Green Fish Market in Eunice?
Yeah.
This
They got-
come down here.
They got 2 fish market in Eunice.
Then your village down here on the river to tell some about. They got some all the time.
Is the loggerhead they're selling down there, they keep it frozen?
Well, they got them in that. They ain't dead, but you wanted
They have some live ones. They have some frozen ones.
Where do the live ones come from?
I think they go to Mississippi or somewhere and get that.
So here in Eunice at Vidrine's Market, the loggerheads are coming from Mississippi.
That's correct. And
even though there's men like you catching them here in
that's correct.
in Elton.
That's where they come from. They go down there and get truckloads of. They got 2 fish market down there. That's what they do. They go way down there and get those turtles.
Why do you think they go so far?
Well, that's the only way they can get them. Over here, we ain't got much turtles left.
You think 20 years ago they could have got them from here?
Most probably. Most probably. Maybe not as much over there. I don't know how to catch them turtle over there.
Hoop nets.
I guess so.
Yeah, we've been with those guys that go out and they set out about 15 hoop nets, 4-section hoop nets, and they'll run them all. They'll bait them and run them all day long, you know, and keep the net about that high out of the water.
So we don't drown.
So we don't drown.
Yeah.
And he'll come in. He'll go in that hoop net just.
Oh yeah, I put bigger them in there.
Yeah, but you don't
just drown fast.
Oh yeah, well if the net's under the water, in one night he'll drown.
Yeah.
They drown easy. Now, like you say, if they keep that part of that net out of the water, yeah.
They can come up.
But boy, I'd like to go to a place like that, me. See how many I could catch just hand fishing.
Yeah, I bet you could do a good job.
Ooh, if that water's not too deep.
They got a place down here you go towards like you're going to send it to that.
Do you think there are a lot of loggerhead turtles left? I mean, around here, no. But do you think there's parts of Louisiana where maybe they're really tucked away?
Yeah, Calcasieu River, Whiskachita, which you can't fish turtle about hand in there because there's too much current and there's some hole in there deep. You know, man, get drowned, that sand fall on you. But they got some in there. All in them little creeks back there, but I never did fish that. But far as right around here, they ain't no more.
Have you ever met anybody that went out and just did nothing, at least during the summer, but catch turtle for a living? You ever met anybody like that?
No, not around here. We don't have enough turtles for that.
Yeah.
No, used to most probably when I was a smaller boy, young boy. But right now, he'd have to go somewhere else besides around here to catch that many turtles. Now you might once in a while you're gonna catch one, but they're very scarce. Just like the Mapalusis cat, we used to, man, get all we wanted, but we just don't have them no more. They're scarce.
Yeah. Well, to be able to go out and do it, I mean, would you go out by yourself, all alone, and do it?
Yeah, I went by myself many times. But we usually go 2 or 3 men. Because usually when we go, we bring the pots. And while somebody fish, the other one clean the fish or the turtle, whatever we got, and start cooking, you know, while the others fish. We love to camp. We usually go camp, put a little tent out there in the woods, you know. At night, let our coon dogs run on it, hear the dogs go. We was raised like that around here, just plain old country people, you know. Some people wouldn't live like that for nothing in the world, and I guess I was raised like that, and to me that's the only way to live. I just love that.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Hunting and fishing. I love to fish too, man, I love to fish.